Anthony Richardson is back as the starter for the Indianapolis Colts. This is something that we shouldn't even have to go live on. They should be starting this man anyway. This is a player that was given no opportunity to improve. Players like Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Josh Allen, many quarterbacks before him have played exactly to his level through the amount of games that AR5 has played. But this Colts franchise made a grave mistake trying to decide to go in a different direction because of the pressures of the media. AR5 is back under center. Is he a perfect quarterback? Absolutely not. Does he have upside still? Yes, he does. Should the team have ever given up on him? No. If Caleb Williams is still starting in the NFL after 10 games into the season, AR5 should be starting, given this man has played about the same amount of games. AR5 should never have been benched. This is a throwaway season. What are you going to gain by putting Flacco in at all? Superflex ad. Make sure you grab him. Put him on the waiver wire. In fact, let's jump over to the waiver wire before we do the intro and put AR5 is already on here. AR5 in Superflex needs to be grabbed. AR5 in 1 QB, depending on your situation, might be in the mix. Herbert probably is a guy you grab before him, but this is a great super flex gem right now because people ran away from him. The moment that he was benched, he got cut in a crazy amount of leagues. Go grab him in super flex. This could be a really big move for you. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday,
8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
No one's pretending that in a 1 QB league, this is a guy that has to be starting for anybody, but he is still a very good prospect for the long term. And you can rip him apart all you want. You could say he's trash. You could call his accuracy into question. You could say he doesn't know how to slide. He can't stay healthy. All those things are legit concerns. And he certainly has a lot to prove. But Josh Allen came out of his rookie year looking like trash. And before Josh Allen took a single snap, your boy went on NBC Sports Radio, back when I did radio for 19 straight years, on the longest running fantasy football radio show in the world on terrestrial radio, on NBC Sports Radio and CBS. I went on and I said, Josh Allen will be a top, not 5, top 1 to 5 quarterback before he even took an NFL snap. And that took a lot of heat coming out of year 1 as a rookie when he didn't really even know how to throw. Shane Steichen has some good and bad to his repertoire. He has some good and bad to his toolbox, his skill set, okay? Shane Steichen coached up Jalen Hurts, turned Jalen Hurts into a great quarterback. And Jalen Hurts hasn't really been the same since Shane Steichen left. But he knows quarterbacks, especially quarterbacks that have the skill set of Hurts or AR5. He is the guy for the job. I don't know what's wrong with this situation, why Shane Steichen decided to go away from AR5, the pressures of the media, whatever the case may be. He shouldn't have done it. He should not have done it. Shame on Shane. Shame on Shane. Hashtag in the chat, shame on Shane. He shouldn't have done it. There's nothing to gain by taking AR5 out of the lineup. They even have said we're not giving up on him. If that's true, and obviously it is because they're starting AR5 in week 11. If that was true, why would you give up on him at all? What do you have to gain to put Joe Flacco in and destroy this man's confidence? Oh, we're going to send him to the bench so he can learn a little bit. He's not going to learn anything on the bench compared to going in and getting reps when he's already been named your starter. You pull a guy out he's going to regress. Mentally, his confidence is shot. And again, if Caleb Williams is still starting in the NFL right now, this man should be starting. And I'm rooting for him. Do I think he's a top 10 fantasy quarterback? Not right now. Could he be? There's still the possibility, guys. I understand he's not a very accurate looking quarterback, but either was Josh Allen. Josh Allen was just as bad of a throwing quarterback coming out of his rookie year. People have very short memories. I'm not saying he's going to work out. I'm not saying that. I adjust and adapt better than anybody. I already adjusted and adapted to this situation a long time ago. So from an unbiased perspective, you need to get him out there getting reps. He needs to learn. You need to tweak his game. You need to teach him. He's got the right attitude. I remember before they benched him, the man, as soon as the first half ended, I forget if this is week like 4 or whatever, and AR5 just darts off toward the tunnel. And I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? He's leaving his whole team behind him. I remember I judged him for a second. I said, what a trash move. Guy just darts toward the tunnel. Leaves his entire teammate behind him. He stops at the tunnel, turns around. He wanted to be the first person at the tunnel to give every single teammate a high five and dap them up as they went into the locker room. And I just said, wow, I felt like an idiot. This guy wants to win. This guy wants to learn. His heart is in it. I'm rooting for him. That's the kind of guy I'm going to root for. That changed my mind on him a lot. When I saw him do that, he did it again the other day, even when he was benched, even when he was a backup. He ran to the end of the tunnel and gave everybody a high five walking into the half. That's quality. That's heart. So when we say, oh, he tapped out of the game, I get it. He shouldn't have done that. He should have done that. He should have learned. But you know what? That's on Shane Steichen too. Shane Steichen should have said, whoa, call timeout. Let's fix this. But they just let him do it. They let him embarrass himself. They didn't work with him during that situation. If he needed out, they should have called a timeout. They should have said, oh, no. They shouldn't have let him come out. They should have said, he said, I need a breath. They should have said, okay, timeout. Like, what in the hell are you doing, allowing your quarterback to do that? Teach him, groom him, sculpt him. That's on Shane Steichen as much as it is AR5. And if you're going to judge AR5 for tapping out, I get it. Christopher says super chat or not. Yeah, super chat if you want. I'll answer anything you got. If he's going to tap out, like I need a breather or whatever, and you're going to rip him apart for that, how about you give him credit for running to the huddle or to the tunnel and trying to dap up and high five every single player going into the half? Like, you got to give him credit too. I'm excited for him. I hope he does it. This is bad for Josh Downs.
Stock on decline.
Josh Downs, stock on decline. He thrives more with Flacco. AR5.
Stock on the rise.
JT, kind of neutral. I think we probably would prefer JT with Flacco. I would say maybe, but AR5 is, he vultures a little bit. But I think JT will still be utilized. And the thing I kind of think about going forward for week 11 on is that they're going to say, how do we keep AR5 from making mistakes? How do we keep him as fresh as possible? You have to forgive me. I'm still trying to get over this flu. I'm on my second day of the Z-Pack meds, so I should be good tomorrow, or a lot better tomorrow. But this is something to where I think they say to themselves, let's we can't screw this up. We got to look good on this. Let's run the ball. Let's have AR5 make a few good throws here and there, build his confidence up. And then when the game's on the line, if he needs to tuck and run to win the game, this is the guy that's going to do it. He will. He'll put it on his back, on his shoulders. He will, when you put him in the right position, scramble in for a touchdown, win the game, and be the story of the week. Like, that's what if you coach him right, if you set him up right, let JT run. And I think JT, tears it up. I think JT tears it up. They've got to lean on him. First super chat here is from Christopher. Christopher, $10 hauler. Appreciate you, Christopher, dropping the super chat. Running backs, Gibbs, Jacobs, B-Rob, Chase Brown, Davis, Brooks. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, MHJ, BT. Worried about wide receivers. Got following offer. DK and Pickens for Chase Brown and Devontae Smith. DK and Reed for Chase Brown and MHJ. I mean, I got a lot in here, bro. I'm trying to follow it, but I'd say offers are DK Pickens for Chase Brown and Smith. I probably would rather have. I mean, there's pros and cons to this. If you need Chase Brown, and I don't know that you do or don't, I would say you kind of, maybe it wouldn't be bad to have him as your third RB, but, what if Jacobs fails or gets hurt? But you could bank on Gibbs and Jacobs, but this is a flex play as well. Like, your flex is it doesn't really matter. This trade doesn't really change how you're distributing this talent, really. So at the end of the day, I don't care about whether you need running back or whether you need a wide receiver. What's the better duo? Because they're both going to start. And honestly, I love Chase Brown right now. Devontae Smith is up and down. Pickens plus Mooney for Chase Brown. Pickens plus Mooney for Chase Brown. I'd rather have Chase Brown. DK and Reed or Chase Brown and MHJ. I'd rather have Chase Brown and MHJ. DK and Pickens for Chase Brown and Smith. I'd probably rather have Chase Brown and Smith. It's close. DK and Pickens is good. The only thing about DK is he's banged up. He's coming back. Is he fully healthy? Is he going to have a setback? Is what happened with Nico going to happen with him? Who knows? So I'm going to go ahead and kind of pass on those trades and just say, you know what? Chase Brown might be a top 15 overall player going forward. I'm not saying you draft him there, but I certainly feel like that's about where we got gifted membership from. What do we got here? I reset it. We got, let's see. We got gifted memberships from Outlaws gifting 20 memberships. What a monster. Guys, if you got a gifted membership from Outlaw, please thank Outlaw for dropping 20 gifted memberships. My alert should let me know now. I'm sorry if they didn't go off when you dropped that. It should going forward. Appreciate Outlaw dropping 20 gifted memberships. Please thank Outlaw if you got a gifted membership. Let's open up the phone lines.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial in. Super chat here from Senior Rojo says, better pick up Estime or Jerome Ford. Estime for right now. Clearly, I mean, he's in a more prominent role. Ford's losing ground every single day. There's not even close. Thank you for the super chat, my boy. My boy coming in strong. Thank Outlaw, please, if you got a gifted membership. What a monster. Traded Hunt for Jennings and Ridley. Pros and cons, Andy. I don't know that either one of you raked the other one over the coals or anything. I didn't get one, but Outlaws to the moon. Make sure you got that accepting gifted memberships feature turned on, bro. You got to turn it on. New Age Outlaw to the moon. To Mars.
To Mars.
To Saturn.
To Saturn.
Yeah, you got to have the accepting gifted memberships feature turned on. All right, 325 of you in the building. Please hit that thumb up and subscribe if you're new. This channel is growing leaps and bounds over last year, and it's because of you guys, and I appreciate every single one of you who come in here every day and hit that thumb up button, who share the stream. You can share it right now with buddies. Just hit that share button. You don't have to share it with your exact league mates. You can share it with friends, coworkers, people that you meet on the street. You're at the deli. You're at the Tank Dell Deli, and you see somebody in line, and you say, hey, I see you're wearing a Raider hat. Go watch the fantasy football show. Smitty talks about the Raiders in very good light all the time. He loves the Raiders. Quentin Johnston, Josh Downs, or worthy at flex. Man, this news with AR5 makes me question going Downs, but at the same time, I still think he's the best player. You know what? With these options, I mean, Quentin Johnston might be your safest play, but I would probably put in Worthy. I know he hasn't done anything lately, but they try. They keep throwing the ball to him. There's a lot of end zone opportunities that keep coming his direction. I think they want to get him super involved. With those options, I'm willing to risk the biscuit on Worthy. If it was like bigger names, I wouldn't. But those options, it's worth it. Quentin Johnston, Downs, or Worthy. Give me Worthy. All right. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Phone lines weren't. I don't think I had them open yet. I'm sorry. Try it now if anybody hasn't. It couldn't get through. I apologize. Is there any way to predict an AR5 blow-up game? Not really, bro. You just gotta, in a 2 QB league, Tua or AR5, you're probably wanting to wait a game if you've got. I think Tua probably is safer, but just pick them up and hold them, and you got trade bait as well. 330. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Just pick them up and you got trade bait as well.
Okay, you're not ready. You're not ready for the big time, bro. You're not ready. Should I trade Tank Dell for DJ Moore? I wouldn't. I don't trust Chicago one single bit, bro. Amon-Ra or Lamb Dynasty. I'm going Lamb. I'm not scared off by Lamb's Dynasty value, broski, at all. Is Valdez-Scantling worth the flex play this week? Sure, but it depends on your options, of course. Anybody answer in detail? Mark, it's just way too long. It's a long question. That's probably why no one's answering. Mark, you got to keep it shorter. Russ Wilson or Stroud this week if Nico is back. 6-point TD standard. No one cares about scoring. It's not going to affect anything. Maybe say... I mean, it impacts it, but that's why people aren't answering. You almost got to just understand the difference in that. I don't know. I'm just trying to give you advice because people don't read a long question. Russ Wilson or Stroud? I'm going to go Stroud. I'm going to bank on Stroud this week with Nico back. If Nico doesn't play, then Mark, I rethink that. Bring it back to me if Nico doesn't play, but Nico should be playing. All right, let's see if this guy's ready for the big time. 330, you're live. Where are you calling from and what is your name?
I'm Cam from Ohio.
Cam, what can I do for you, Cam?
So I was kind of I'm not sure if it's really like a terrible situation, but I have Josh Allen and Jaden Daniels. So I was trying to think of some sort of trade to get rid of one of them.
Smart. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just not really sure.
I'm not
what
sure
I
either.
could target, I guess.
I don't have any information. Cam. I need some information,
so
Cam.
I guess my running backs are Jacobs and Williams.
Jacobs and Javante.
And Pollard.
Jacobs and Javante?
Or Kyron Williams.
Kyron, okay, good.
Yeah, and then wide receivers, I got Metcalf, Chase, Tillman, and Dell.
Metcalf,
On my main one.
Jamar Chase, Dell, and Tillman, okay?
Yeah, and then, yeah.
And you got JD.
And then tight end, I have Pitts and Kraft.
Okay, so you have Pitts and Kraft. So you might have to give up Pitts, maybe. Kraft. So if you were to trade off JD5 or Josh Allen, you're probably not going to get as much for JD5 right now. So you may get nobody. You may get no bites right now. That might. So you may have to be open-minded to trading Josh Allen. But I don't know that I want to do that unless the offer is like amazing.
Yeah.
I like your RBs. I like your wide receivers. The team's really good. It's very balanced. I don't know that you need to do anything. I would probably, if it was me, hold on to Josh Allen unless somebody offered me like JJ, straight up, or, a Jamar Chase type who you already have. Otherwise, I'm not doing it. Like Gibbs, I take Gibbs. JJ, Gibbs, I mean, really, like it's very small. The number of players, like Henry, obviously Barkley. if I'm not getting that, I'm just keeping it, and I keep working this angle. JD5. Tell me the team that needs a quarterback most. What do they have? Give me the top 5 or 6 players, and then I gotta roll. So we gotta make this quick.
Probably. Let me see. He has Dak Prescott, who just went out.
Okay.
Oh, he has Purdy though. So.
All right.
Well, probably it's a 10-man league, so no one's really
probably not gonna happen
too bad, but. Someone has C.J. Stroud.
Okay,
I don't know, that's probably the worst.
Yeah, but the problem is Stroud. I mean, JD5. We love him, and a couple of weeks ago you could have sold him, but you didn't sell him in time. That's going to be your problem.
Yeah.
Just try and who are his top 2 running backs?
Kamara and Dobbins.
So maybe you trade JD5 and Jacobs for Kamara. Who are his top 2 wide receivers?
Harrison and Nico Collins.
Maybe Nico for DK. You give him JD5. I don't know. That's the only thing you can do. Like you give him you get some sort of like small upgrade, and you're able to get And I probably would do that for Nico. I would. It would be worth it to you. Those are your only options. You're in a 10-man league and you waited. You should have sold JD5 when he had max value.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Let us know.
I love the show.
Yeah, show loves you back. Let us know if you get it done later. Yeah, sometimes the window closes on that kind of stuff. You just can't make a trade, this late when JD5's not popping off right now. Drop downs for Estime, Warren, or hold downs. I'd probably rather have Estime, but by a hair. I still like Downs a lot, but his value definitely, I don't want to say tanks, but stock on decline for Downs with the news that AR5 is starting. I'm in desperate need of a tight end. Do I trade Laporta and Jawan Jennings for Ingram? No, but you're not in desperate need of a tight end. You have Laporta. MP, what can I do for you, T? I'd rather have Laporta. Come on, C-Dog.
Yo, what's up, Smitty?
What's up?
I got a few questions. So I'm 7-3 in one of my leagues. I got Derrick Henry, Bijan Robinson, C.D. Lamb, Marvin Harrison Jr. I have T.J. Hawkinson and Trey McBride, and I'm trying to figure out, I think I might need to sell CD high here and get a better wide receiver, but I'm like wondering what wide receiver I should do that with, or should I do that with Derrick Henry as well? Like package that in with Derrick Henry.
Well, Derrick Henry you could sell if you wanted to get, like, let's say Breece Hall and DK Metcalf, or Debo Samuel and Breece Hall, or Jahmyr Gibbs and Debo, or Jahmyr Gibbs and a player like that. Like you do not sell Derrick Henry or Barkley or any player like that unless you're getting 2 players and you buy low on a player. But so I would not sell Henry unless you're getting an offer like that. As far as selling Lamb, if you could sell Lamb and one of your tight ends, your surplus of tight ends there, for a better wide receiver like JJ St. Brown, then I would do it, yes.
So some guy offered me, he offered me for Derrick Henry and CD Lamb, he's going to give me either Jahmyr Gibbs or Joe Mixon, Cooper Rush, Calvin Ridley, and JSN.
You are offer sex. You are trade offer sex.
No, like, bro, let me explain something. Like, again, I'm not trading Derrick Henry unless you give me a Gibbs and Debo, a Gibbs and DK. I'm not giving you CD Lamb as well. Not only is he not giving you that for Derrick Henry, he's also asking you for CD Lamb. He's trying to lamb you.
Yeah.
Lamb.
All right.
He's trying to lamb you.
Get lambed.
See, I'm a Cowboys fan, and I know the situation we're in, and I can't trust it.
I get that, bro, but you can't just wash your hands of it. This is like you're just throwing him in to get rid of him. You don't want to see his face anymore. This is like handing the keys to your car to somebody because a bad experience happened in the car and you want to get rid of it. Here, just take it. Just take it. You're not getting enough for Henry.
Should I ask for, because he has JJ too, should I ask for JJ instead of Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp. Did you even say Cooper Kupp in the last trade?
Oh, I did. It was Derrick Henry and CeeDee Lamb for Joe Mixon, Cooper Kupp, Calvin Ridley, and Jameson.
I don't think you said Cooper Kupp, bro.
Oh, my bad. Well, Cooper Kupp isn't involved.
Who did he say instead of Cooper Kupp, guys? I'm on some.
Oh, I think I might have said Joe Mixon or Jahmyr Gibbs, but he's giving me the option between those two running backs.
I don't think you said Cooper Kupp, bro.
My bad.
You said Cooper. You said Cooper Rush.
Oh, Cooper. I think Cooper Kupp. My bad.
Get lammed.
Bro. Okay, let's start over. Derrick Henry. Okay, you're trading Derrick Henry and CeeDee Lamb for Cooper Kupp and Joe Mixon, or Cooper Kupp and who?
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
And also
okay.
Jameson and Calvin.
You take Lamb out of this. Now you and I are having the conversation that I tried to have with you at the beginning. You trade Derrick Henry. You get doubted Lamb. I'm sorry, doubted Gibbs. He's doubted right now. You get Gibbs and you get Cooper Kupp. You get two players for your Derrick Henry. You trade a $100 bill for two $50 bills. That's what you're doing here. That's it. You don't throw in CeeDee Lamb just because you're a Cowboy fan and you know that it's kind of bleak. You don't throw in CeeDee Lamb. So if he wants to do that trade, I'd take Mixon or Gibbs. He gives me Cooper Kupp. I would give him Derrick Henry. That's it. There's no throwing in a second player. He doesn't want it, then he doesn't get Derrick Henry.
Okay.
All right. I know it's not it's not what you wanted to hear because you want to do a deal. I can tell it. You want to get rid of CeeDee Lamb so bad. You got Cooper Rush on your mind. That's how. All right.
It's really
all right,
bad.
T, I gotta go.
All right. Have a good day.
All right, later.
Bye. Thank you.
Cooper Rush. This call took 10 different turns. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Trade Tracy Flowers for Flowers or Reed. I would do any one of these. Like, if you need a running back, Tracy, I'm fine with that. You need a wide receiver, I'm fine with Flowers or Reed. They're very even. This is a preference, a team construction issue. Whichever one that helps your team best. Totally even. So Smitty approve it. Any side you want to go on that. Rate team 6-4, 10 team. Any moves to make? Hurts, Kyron, Gibbs, Lamb, Puka, McBride, Debo. Absolutely not. This team's ready to roll. Drop Mason for Worthy. Don't hold him. This he's got the same allure and win a league value he did pre-week 1. I hold Mason and Garendo together. Your team's phenomenal. Could you trade Tracy and Lamb for JJ? Yes, and I would do that. Like something like small upgrade. Past that gaming, that team is absolute straight fire. I have Brock Purdy, Amon-Ra, Lamb, JT, Gibbs, Laporta, Amari Cooper, JSN, Jennings, and all the backup running backs you recommend. I am 7-3. Any moves to make? I love a lot of the team. I wish there was something you could do. There's not a lot of movement here. Gibbs, don't sell low. Laporta, don't sell low. Lamb, don't sell low. JT, I don't know that JT can be sold super high. And that news of Anthony Richardson entering the lineup might have some scared that the vulturing is going to occur. Maybe you can trade Amon-Ra for 2 players, but I highly doubt he's got that much value. I'm going to say you're 7-3. You're doing well. Brock should be very serviceable. He's not my favorite quarterback, but he should be very serviceable. I don't think there's much to trade on your bench, to be honest with you. I would just probably ride this out, Omar. There's not a lot of easy things to move that don't create bigger holes than the holes you're filling. Was offered Cup for CD and Monty. It's too much. It's too much. I like Cup a lot. I want Cup over CD, but I'm not giving up Monty to close that gap. It's just too much, bro. Would I give up like Ridley in Cup or Ridley and CD for Cup? Maybe, you know, like something like that. That would work. But yeah, you're giving up way too much, bro. Lemmings, appreciate you. Drop Darnold for Herbert, Mason for AR5. If it's a 2 QB, yes, Mason for AR5. If it's a 1 QB, no. And do I want... I mean, I guess you're struggling. This is your only quarterback. I'd probably say... I mean, Darnold folded last week, but he still is capable. So, like, maybe it's best to have Herbert and Darnold. But I don't mind Herbert in AR5 or Herbert and Darnold or Herbert and Mason. To be honest with you, Lemmings, I'd probably rather hold Mason if it is a 1 QB. But it sounds like quarterbacks are available on your waiver wire pretty readily, so I don't know that I'm too worried about it, but I'd definitely pick up Herbert. He seems like the best option right now in that situation, bro. But AR5 is one to watch. You trust your gut. Like Mason, you can maybe pick him up still. It's not the craziest thing in the world to let him go. I know a lot of you think, oh, he's worthless now, but he's in the same exact situation he was pre-week 1, which was win a league, sleeping giant, rags to riches positioning. Calvin with a $5 hauler. Calvin, appreciate your super chat, buddy boy. Hey, Smitty, I'm still in a big eliminator on Underdog. Big thanks to you and all your help gave me this year. Got you to that point. Calvin, appreciate your kind words, my boy, and your super chat. You are the man, the myth, the legend. Who you got rest of season, Puka or Cup? PPR, full PPR, I'd probably say Puka. You know, given the age factor as well. But I think they're both fantastic, man. I'll be honest with you. Next week I could think completely different. I think we're afforded that flexibility because they're both that good, bro. I don't think we can cement in any kind of feelings. We can't get in our feelings here. They're both fantastic. And if I had them both, I wouldn't want to trade one because I don't want 2 Rams. I'm fine with it. 14-man Murray on a bye, May or Winston. I'm going to go May. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll be back. Appreciate every single one of you. You guys absolutely rock. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you for all the super chats. Hold on a second. Make sure you're subscribed and you hit the thumb up on out the door. But we got a $20 hauler here. $20 hauler. Let's roll.
Alert. Super chat alert.
My boy Ray. Ayo, Smitty, 3-7. PPR 2 QB. JD5 Tua. Running backs Christian McCaffrey, Hall Jacobs, Chase Brown, Mason Brooks, AJ Brown, Debo, Nico. Wow. Evans, wow. Tight ends, Ingram, Kincaid. Team record definitely doesn't reflect my team. Should I make any moves? I'll be honest, bro. That team's straight fire. I don't think so. I don't think I'd move anything. Honestly, especially if you can use all 4 of those wide receivers and still start all 3 of the running backs. Like if you've got massive flex play. If you don't, I guess I would try and combine Evans and Jacobs for like JJ. You know, Chase Brown and Evans for JJ. You know, would I do Debo? Yeah, I consider Debo and then keep Evans. But if you can use all those players, I don't touch it. And even if you don't get that, if you don't get JJ or you don't get Jacobs into Kyron or Jacobs into Gibbs using, I don't even know if I'd do Jacobs and Evans, maybe for Barkley, Henry, or Kyron. Maybe Gibbs, but I want something else, I think. But if you can't get that and you can't get JJ, then you just stand down and you use the depth to win. That depth is fantastic, bro. I'm not worried about taking that team into battle at all. 0% of me is concerned taking that team into war, bro. That's fantastic. Any moves? Upgrade Walker, Allen, Bijan, Walker, Chase, Debo. You gotta get rid of one of your Walkers. DK, Hopkins, Otten, Bench, Pitts. I mean, you're trading one of these tight ends, bro. Keep Benson, Dell, Mason. Those are good pieces, but one of the tight ends to upgrade. I mean, I like the team a lot. Upgrade. I love Walker. I'm not saying get rid of him for anything, but Walker and one of the tight ends to get a Kamara, to get a JT, to get a Gibbs, to get a Breece Hall, Navage. Those are attainable players right now. Very attainable players. Russell Wilson versus Baltimore or Stroud versus Dallas. Give me Stroud. I think with Nico back, this is going to be a bounce back game for him. I'm not excited about him, but I to a degree, but I also feel like we're going to see a return. 8-2, 10-team league. Think about it. I mean, Nico's a top 5 wide receiver. You take a top 5 wide receiver off any quarterback's roster, is that quarterback going to be the same? I mean, so that's my thinking. Does this help Downs? AR5 starting help Downs? No, it does not. It does not. Hurts, Gibbs, Walker, Achane, Debo, Cup, Hill, Otten, Tracy. Any moves? Just traded Nico to get Gibbs. I don't mind that swap. They're both really good. Should I trade Hill for Evans or DK? I'd probably rather have Evans or DK over Hill. Probably either one. That could go either way. Like 1 week of Hill bouncing back, and you're gonna hear me talking up Hill again. But the problem I have with Hill, guys, and this is why I get out, is he has a torn wrist ligament. If this team starts losing, I think one of my next videos might be just get out of Tyreek Hill as fast as you can. And I know that previous weeks he was a buy low. I get it. Things change. What can you do? What can you do but adjust and adapt? That's why I make videos as fast as I can on these topics to help you get out of these situations, even if I helped you get into one of them. But Hill's got a torn wrist ligament, and the Dolphins are about to be absolutely not even in the running for a playoff spot. So what do you think Tyreek Hill might do? Pack it in? Have surgery? So I guess I'd take DK. No, I'd probably take... I guess I'd take DK. And he should be back this week, and I'd rather have DK. It's a good team, though. Cup, Debo, Achane, Walker, Gibbs. I'm only considering trading maybe like Tracy and Walker for like one slightly better player. Go after Hall on all those boys. DJ, my DK for Puka. I'd rather have Puka. My boy. But those are both good players, obviously. Trade targets I could get for Brian Thomas. Tracy, Chuba, Pacheco. Those come to mind. DeAndre Hopkins had the same wrist injury that Tariq had back in 2017. Played through it and was a beast. Just gotta hope the Dolphins run. It's not the same injury though, bro. There's different degrees to everything. You can't just say, he has a hamstring injury. He had a hamstring injury. He has a torn ligament in his wrist. How bad? Like, TM, if you did the imaging, you see one of them's torn different than the other. It's not even, it's not apples to apples at all. Like, just no. There's no truth to what you just said. But you also got to understand, bro, that if he's 30 years old, what's he going to do? Play on a nothing burger season and risk the injury getting worse, or sit out and have surgery? TM, you got to think about that. You can't use DeAndre Hopkins as the example of why he's going to play. Appreciate your super chat. 4 and 6 in trouble. JD5 wide receivers: Wilson, Evans, McLaurin, BT, JMO, Dobbs, Gibbs, Hunt, Tracy, Estime, tight end Hawkinson, Who should I move? Wilson, Evans, McLaurin, BT, JMO, Gibbs, Hunt, Tracy. Try moving Hunt or Tracy with BT, Hunt or Tracy with JMO for a Hall, a Kamara, a JT, a player of that caliber. Would I trade Hunt and Tracy for Lamb? Sure. Would I even buy Tyreek Hill, like who I'm saying get out of? Would I buy him at cheap pricing that is like, I don't know. I'd take a gamble. In certain spots I would. That's the nature of sell high, buy low. Like get out of Tyreek Hill. But the Panic Peters might make him free. So you got to check on that. You could go something bigger like, and Garrett Wilson I like, but he's in a volatile situation. And same thing, like what happens if their playoff hopes are done? I'm not saying he packs it in, but what about Wilson and Tracy for like a St. Brown or higher, or like JJ, or, you know, I don't know. Like I'm tempted to trade Tracy and something like BT or JMO for Lamb. I feel like that would be a good one. Hunt, Tracy, something for Breece Hall. Mr. G, you got 10 seconds.
Hey,
You got 10 seconds.
Smitty, okay, well, should I drop Russell Wilson for A-Rich in one QB redraft league?
That's your starter?
Yes. I have Murray on mine.
Chat, what do you think? For 1 week, would you rather have Russell Wilson this week against the Ravens? Who's Russell? Bro, you got too much background noise. I can barely hear you. Yeah, man, AR5 guys for 1 week, or are we going with Russell Wilson against the Baltimore Ravens this week? I got 2 votes for Russell Wilson. Russ. Yeah, I think we're not. I don't think we're ready to start AR5. We're just ready to root for him a little bit. That's it, bro.
That sounds great to me, Smitty. Thank you.
All right, later, bro. Yeah, I don't think AR5 is not ready for prime time yet. He's not ready for prime time. I agree. Okay. Trade Hill. Trade Hill. Hurt? I don't know if you mean Hunt, Zach. I think you botched this one. Trade Hill. Hunt? Or Hurts? For Cooper, Tracy, Pacheco. I'm gonna assume that's Hunt, bro. Hill and Hunt for. I'd rather have Hill and Hunt. It's not enough. If that's Jalen Hurts, it's a whole different thing. Okay, Harry, appreciate you. 7-3. Need a running back 2 now. I got Hurts, Achane, Mason, AJB, JJ Kincaid, bench, Braylon Allen, Benson, Downs, Grendo, 80, Watson, Wright, Juju. I got Hurts, Achane, Mason, AJB. Need a running back 2. I don't know, bro. What the hell are you going to do? H.M. Mason, Hurts. You're going to have to trade. You got nothing on the bench that's going to help you. You have to trade AJB or JJ for 2 players. I don't even like trading them for 1, though. You know, you got to get 2. Like JJ for Breece Hall or Gibbs on the cheap. And you get an additional player that's doubted like Evans, DK, Debo. I mean, you'll be shocked that there's a wide receiver that someone has that's tremendous value that you can get added to that. That's it. That's the only thing I would do with this team is you're dividing and conquering AJB or JJ into 2 players, but it has to be the right 2 players. And the running backs are slim, but they're there. Like JT, Breece Hall, Gibbs. Kyren maybe to a degree right now. People are wild about 1 week. I have people saying, do we get rid of Kyren right now? Every day. Every day I get at least one message somewhere that says, do we worry about Kyren? Why would you worry about Kyren? Why? Why would anybody worry about Kyren? What in the hell's wrong with people? Trade. Already did this one. Okay. Thank you, Zach, again for your super chat. All right. This one here. Trade Hill and Irving for Gibbs. I'd rather have Gibbs by a country mile. 12-man, 0.5, 4-6, Hall, Allen, Neighbors, AJB. I keep making offers and no one's biting. What kind of move do I do here? The bye week scare me. Allen, Hall, Kyren, Neighbors, AJB. Same thing that I just said for that guy with AJB. If you can take AJB and turn him into two players, go after it. I mean, you're going to have to go after a doubted player, though. Like, there's nothing really to do here. You can't sell Hall on the low. You can't really even sell Kyren because people are fickle. Unless you can turn that into a Gibbs and something. You could try that. So you get a receiver. Neighbors is, yeah, the bye week sucked, but I mean, you could try and trade Neighbors for like an injured coming back from a bye DK Metcalf or Evans or Debo. Neighbors for Debo. Throw in, you might have to overpay and throw in a T. Higgins, throw in a Warren, throw in a Tillman. Got offered DK, Pacheco, and Pitts for Brees. It's decent, but I'd rather have Brees Hall. You'd rather have the Chiefs running back room over Brees Hall? I mean, then trust your gut, but I'd rather have Brees Hall. It's a decent offer, but you already have Kareem Hunt. It's not like he's giving you that. So he's giving you a ticking time, or he's giving you a player that may take over the job, probably will, but to what degree in Pacheco. DK and Pitts, I like that. It's not bad. It's not a bad trade. Chat, would you rather have Pacheco, DK, and Pitts or Brees Hall? I'd rather have Brees Hall. Just got Hall. Now do JT for Gibbs. I'd rather have Gibbs. For sure. Hey, Smitty, Dynasty. Standard scoring question. Got offered Brees for MHJ. Take Brees Hall and run. I have Kyren, Gibbs, JJ, Ahmad Raw. Already take it? Yes. Tommy, that's easy. Wide receiver targets. Running back depth is HM, Bijan, Chase Brown, Brian Robinson Jr. Tyreek Hill, Lamb, Debo, DK, Evans, using Chase Brown. And Chase Brown can get you that. If he doesn't get you that, then keep shopping. Because Tracy for one of those would be even better than you keep Chase Brown. Tracy for Debo, Tracy for DK, Tracy for Evans, Tracy for someone of that caliber. Debo's very easily had right now. Best wide receiver I have is Terry. Aim for MHA or D-Hop. D-Hop will be great. I'd do Tracy for D-Hop, sure. Dynasty 10 team, Higgins, London, D-Hop for Lamb, Godwin, Olave. I would take Lamb, Godwin, Olave in a heartbeat. Look, Lamb and Dynasty, it's crazy. It's crazy that people are even questioning Lamb's Dynasty value right now. Take advantage. I need to do a Lamb Dynasty video, clearly, because I'm going to write this down, because it's wild. It's wild. Flowers, Javonte Mayfield for Nico. I assume this is a super flex. Otherwise, why in the hell would you even hesitate? And even if it was a super flex, I'm still smashing it. Who are some trade targets for Tony Pollard? No one's going to be that interested. So, Devontae Smith, Jaden Reed, Tracy, Hubbard. Appreciate you all. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. See you all later. You guys drop a super chat on the way out, please. Put it in the comments. JD5 or Knicks. I'm going to go JD5. Castro, last one. And then if anybody drops one too late, you got to put it in the comments. Just say, hey, Smitty, I super chatted too late. Here's my question. Was offered Lamb for London. I have Mahomes, H-N, CMC. I'd take London. He's just safer, bro. He's just safer. And no, I don't know if I counter. It's a good trade. Like, London is better than Lamb right now. He's just safer. Would everybody agree? Chat, please vote. Lamb or London, rest of season. Lamb or London, rest of season. Vote in the chat, please. Vote for Castro. Lamb or London? We got 2 London votes, 1 Lamb vote, 3 London votes, 4 London votes, 5 London votes, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 London votes, 1 Lamb vote. There you go. See you at 8 p.m.